Good morning, Bucknutters. This is the Bucknuts Morning 5 on Monday, February 9th, 2015. I am Dave Biddle. On Saturday, word broke that Ohio State would hire Tony Alford to replace Stan Drayton as the Buckeyes running backs coach. Alford spent the last 6 seasons at Notre Dame, where he most recently held the title of running backs coach and recruiting coordinator. Alford is an excellent recruiter, and we'll bring in our Bill Kurelic to talk more about that later in the show. I think Urban Meyer hit a home run with this hire. This reminds me a lot of when Mike Vrabel left Ohio State for the NFL's Houston Texans last winter, and a lot of Buckeye fans were like, oh no, who is Meyer going to get that's better than Vrabel? Then he hired Larry Johnson. With all due respect to Vrabel, I think Larry Johnson was an upgrade. Will we look back and say the same thing about Tony Alford replacing Stan Drayton? Perhaps. But at the very least, I don't think there will be any drop-off from Drayton to Alford. Alford is one of the best running back coaches in the country, and Meyer was able to land him just 2 days after losing Drayton. That's a quick turnaround, my friends. And Alford is the third coach in a little more than 3 years that has left Brian Kelly's staff at Notre Dame to join Urban Meyer at Ohio State, including Ed Warner and Tim Hinton. I also think the Alford hiring will help smooth things over with running back Mike Weber from Detroit Cass Tech, who was obviously hurt when Drayton left Ohio State for the Chicago Bears the day after signing day. From everything I've been told, recruits love Alford and players love playing for him. I don't think Weber will be any different. On the basketball front, D'Angelo Russell continues to amaze for Ohio State. His latest feat was a triple-double last night at Rutgers as the Buckeyes won 79-60 over the Scarlet Knights. Russell had 23 points, 11 rebounds, and 11 assists, and it marked just the fourth triple-double in Ohio State history. Dennis Hobson had one back in 1986, and Evan Turner had a pair of triple-doubles 5 seasons ago in December of 2009. Another freshman, Jayshawn Tate, continued his impressive play with 20 points, and yet another freshman, Keita Bates-Diop, had his best game as a Buckeye with 14 points and 9 rebounds. Bates-Diop is getting a chance to play with Mark Levin being suspended, and Bates-Diop made the most of it last night. That was great to see. The freshmen on this squad are amazing. The seniors, well, they're on the team as well. If the seniors can somehow manage to improve their play from porous to just average, this Buckeye team could be dangerous in March, but the seniors have to elevate their game even a little bit. They can't just keep playing bad and hope that the freshmen are going to carry them. The freshmen are fantastic. The seniors need to elevate their play just a little bit. Listen, the ship has sailed on them being a great class. I just want them to be average. Don't play bad. Play average, and these freshmen are so good that they could carry the Buckeyes. But the seniors, they got to at least be average. The Buckeyes are now 18-6 overall, and they're in a 4-way tie for second place in the Big Ten at 7-4. Next up for Ohio State, they will host Penn State on Wednesday at 7 p.m. Now to take a close look at 2016 recruiting, let's bring in the Dean of Ohio State football recruiting, Bill Kurelic.
It's only been 5 days since the Buckeyes, Urban Meyer, Mark Fantoni and company signed another great recruiting class. The 2015 class was ranked number 6 in the country in the 247 sports recruiting rankings, but it's already, of course, on to 2016. The Ohio State staff is well ahead of schedule with their 2016 class, off to a great start. But how many prospects are the Buckeyes likely to sign in the class of 2016? Right now, when you look at the roster and you look ahead to the players that will be graduating or likely to graduate and use up their eligibility, there's only approximately 12 spots open for the class of 2016. However, before anybody panics, keep in mind that at one point there were only likely about 14 spots open for the class of 2015, and we all know how that turned out. The Buckeyes ended up signing 27 prospects for their class of 2015. So while it looks like 2016 would be a small class, I think in the end it will be at least 20, if not pushing 25, that the Buckeyes sign in the class of 2016. Certainly, there will be players that leave early for whatever reason. They head on to the NFL. They move on because they want to play at another school where perhaps they could get more playing time, injuries, etc. So there's going to be attrition for various reasons, and I feel very confident in saying the class of 2016 for the Buckeyes will be at least 20 come National Signing Day, and again, could well push 25. As far as the Buckeyes start, they're off to a great start. Ohio State's 2016 recruiting class is currently ranked number 5 in the country in the 247 sports recruiting rankings. It includes George Hill, slot back running back from Hubbard, Kier Hawkins, tight end prospect from Maple Heights High School, tight end Jake Hausman from Cincinnati Moeller, offensive lineman Tyler Gerald, who is now in Bradenton, Florida at IMG Academy, and then defensive end Jonathan Cooper from Gahanna Lincoln, and of course, last but not least, the country's number 1 class of 2016 running back Kareem Walker. So, how do things stand with Walker right now? They stand very, very good. Walker, of course, committed to Ohio State on the day the Buckeyes won the national championship, tweeting at halftime of the national championship game that he is a Buckeye. But some were worried when Stan Drayton, who was important in Walker's decision, opted to head to the NFL and go to the Chicago Bears. I thought that things in the end would work out well, and they certainly have. They couldn't have worked out much better. Urban Meyer has assured Kareem Walker that Ohio State will be just fine. He let him know that he would be hiring a great running backs coach, and he did in hiring Tony Alford, who Walker already had a relationship with. In fact, one person close to the situation told me that the only reason that Walker, or at least the primary reason that Walker was considering Notre Dame before committing to Ohio State, was because of Tony Alford. Alford is an outstanding running backs coach, and Alford also is an outstanding recruiter and had already developed a good relationship with Walker, and Walker texted to the media on Sunday that everything is fine and he's very, very happy with the hiring of Tony Alford by Ohio State. So in the end, I don't think there's going to be any change. I expect, just as I did from the minute he committed to Ohio State, I expect Kareem Walker to sign with Ohio State on National Signing Day, and I feel very good, very, very good about that happening. And certainly, I feel very good overall about the Ohio State class of 2016. I think this truly has a chance to be a very special recruiting class for the Buckeyes, and as I mentioned, they're already off to a great start.
Thank you, Bill. They sure are off to a great start, and it's good to know Kareem Walker still feels like he made the right decision. Real quick, if you're not a Bucknut subscriber, right now is a great time to take advantage of our buy 1 month, get 2 months free offer. It takes you all the way through the end of Ohio State's spring practice. Again, buy 1 month for just $9.95, get 2 months free. Make sure you take advantage of this temporary offer while it still lasts. Thanks again to the Dean of Ohio State Football Recruiting, Bill Kurelic, and thank you for tuning into the show. I hope you have a great day. Take it away, best damn band in the land.